Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Teacher Mary.
Good afternoon, Isa. How are you?
I'm feeling good today, although a little bit of headache because of the changing weather. But we would like to invite and say hello to our viewers to our next episode, our new episode of Around the World with our teachers. Okay.
Great. So today we are going to speak about education in our respective countries. And we will start with the first question, which is the general structure of our education system.
Okay.
Do you want to go first or should I?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, so I can do first. So usually the child starts nursery at the age of 5, and then afterwards kindergarten, and then afterwards around 7 years old. During my time, okay, I'm speaking from my time, 6 years of elementary or grand school. After which the child can go to high school, which is around 6 years, another 6 years. And then after that one, you can actually go to university or college of your choice. How about in your country?
Our school curriculum has recently changed. So the new one is quite not clear. So I will speak about the one that's they are facing off, which is the one that I studied in. Yeah. So basically, the child went to school at the age of 4 or 5. They spend at least 3 or 4 years in nursery, which is you start from one stage called play
school.
Play school, yeah. From play school, you go to PP1, PP2, and then you go to first grade. Now we take 8 years in primary school, so it's 8 years from first grade to the 8th grade.
Okay.
Then from there we go to high school, which is 4 years.
Okay.
And then from high school you go to uni or college, which is another 4 years, or depending on the course you're taking, then it depends on the years your course requires you to take. So basically this is the general structure. The one that's now in Kenya, they are calling it competency-based curriculum, which is about almost the same. 4 years of nursery school, 6 years of junior primary, no, actually of primary school, then 3 years of junior primary, and 6 years again in junior high school or senior high school. Senior high school. Yeah. Quite. It's really new and not very clear, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Like for example, for me, I only had 4 years in high school.
Yeah.
But during the last 10 years, the kids, or even 10 or 11 years, I think, they had 6 years in high school. So for example, for me, I graduated from university at the age of 20. But right now, if you finish university, you know, with no gap year, around 23 years old.
Oh, interesting. I actually cleared high school at the age of 18 because I did 8 years in primary and then 4 years in high school. So in total, 18. And then from there, you go to college. So when you're going to college, you're already a mature person. You're already an adult. You know what you want to do in life. Yeah.
I noticed that, like here, for example, when I see the children, the young people in college and university, they really mature already.
Yeah.
At the time when I was young when I finished school. Okay, next one. At what age do children start school? I said during my time I was 5, but my kids I sent them to nursery at the age of 3.5. Very baby, but this is more of a play school also.
A play school, pretty much the same for us. 4 to 5, which is they will spend 2-3 years in play school, then join first grade later on in life. At least a 7-ish, 8, they've joined the first grade.
Okay.
Is education compulsory?
Should I answer first, or should you answer first?
I asked the question,
okay,
so you answer.
In paper, theoretically, it should be like that. Sad to say, as much as I hate to admit this, there's still a lot of people in the Philippines who are illiterate, or as they call it here, analfabeto. You know, so because although the education is free, but there are some parents who comes from the, let's say, from the very rural areas, they prefer to let their children help
at work.
At work rather than send them to school. So that's why in the Philippines, I think there's still a portion of our population wherein they are not that educated, no read, no write.
Okay. Next one, we will go to a typical
Typical
day at school. Yeah.
Okay.
So what does your typical day at school look like?
Okay, so usually during Mondays, the kids are asked to go there around, I think before 7:30, and then there's an assembly in the ground, a school ground, and then everybody has to attend the flag ceremony with this is right hand on your chest, touching your heart, right on your heart. And then we sing this flag ceremony almost during my time every day.
Okay.
And then there's this pledge of loyalty, I think, and then there's another one, and then we do a little bit of exercise, and then we move forward to our rooms.
Okay, ours starts, let me say it starts very early, yeah? Considering the time we're leaving home, because we have to leave home to be at school at around 7, you'd have to leave home with a 6 o'clock bus.
No.
So the children wake up quite early, honestly. So by the time you get to school, you have to be in school at 7 a.m. Normally, there is a teacher by the gate. So if you're not on school on time,
And
yeah,
there's
be sure
a
to be
stick,
punished.
stick, and then the.
Yes,
Or I
I know.
remember, I remember. Not a slingshot. Are you sure? Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a teacher by there. So anyway, the school, basically a school day starts at 7. At around 7 or 7:15, the children will attend assembly, which is pretty much the same as like you said. They will go, the teacher on duty will address the issues the school needs to today. We need to do this, we have this visitor coming today, this is so and so, this is going to happen, yeah? Basically, this is also where they check the hygiene of the children during the school assembly. They check whether everyone has a handkerchief, are your nails clean?
Yeah,
Do you know?
Sometimes, not every day for us, but sometimes it is.
For us, it was on a daily basis. They would check the hygiene. Is your uniform clean enough? Are
Did you
you
take a
wearing
bath?
the nice
Did you brush
school
your teeth?
shoes?
Yeah, just to be sure.
So and then we sing the national anthem once again, and we also say the loyalty pledge. And then school, by 8, they're done with the assembly, and then they start the school day.
What time does the classes end usually?
Basically around 4:30.
4, same.
4:30, because by 5 everybody needs to be leaving the school. Now in public schools, after this, at 4 o'clock we used to get the break. Then it is the job of the students to clean their classes. So you sweep your class, you arrange your desk to make sure when you come in tomorrow, the desks are already arranged. And
we also
ready
have
for the
something like
day.
that. But not everybody. It's like we have an assignment, homeroom assignment. Like for example, for today, Mondays, Wednesday,
Tuesday.
and then you have to clean, you have to prepare. Yeah, we do that. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, this is almost the
part.
same.
This is part of your grading system.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay. How many days a week do students go to school for elementary and high school? 5 days a week. But in university, I remember I think we had a day off during Wednesday. But for if the other classes are closed and you cannot get into the regular classes, so you can take it on Wednesdays and maybe Saturdays.
Yeah.
Depends on the availability of the professors.
For us, it's basically Monday to Friday. But now they have private tuitions or compulsory sort of private tuitions for children who are almost going to sit their exams because they have to pass. However, they are not free. For these ones, you would have to pay extra. But your parent has to pay either way, because if you don't pay, then your child doesn't pass the exam. And it is
You pay for the review, you mean to say, for the revision?
yes, you pay for the teacher to help you with the revision. They say it's for you, it's something, but it's not free. You have to pay for it, because the teacher says
the materials,
they're spending the time to come. The government has tried to stop it, but the teachers still
This is
do
more of a
it.
tutorial.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same I think in our country.
So how many days a week do students go to school? Once
Answer that.
again, Monday to Friday. And then we go to grades. What does the grading system look like? Do students receive grades?
Yeah, we do. Usually in a year, we have four grading periods. But at the end of the year, the student must pass all the subjects. Otherwise, he will not be able to move to the next next school year. So yeah, basically it's like that.
Okay, it's pretty much the same for us. Basically, the students have to, for you to be allowed to move to the next grade, you have to score at least half, like 50% in everything. So if you get,
okay,
which
for us
means-
it's 75%.
no, for us it's 50, but then it's
75%.
they will get the total marks. For example, the marks in Kenya are 700 out of 700. Yeah, so you have to at least have 350 over out of the 700 to go to the next
So
class.
okay.
Okay, so like I was saying, sorry, Isabel, our grading system, the marks are read out in every termly, so you get to know who scored the highest, who scored the lowest, and the first three are very celebrated, and everybody's clapping and they're given presents and they feel very proud. However, the results for us are not private; they are on a notice
board or the bulletin
somewhere.
board, so you know if you who are the top three, and then you know who are in the middle, and then if you failed, everybody knows as well.
It was the same for us. Quite interesting. So uniforms. Do students wear uniforms?
Yes, we do public and private schools also, so yeah. But for university and colleges, some schools, like for example in my university, we didn't wear uniforms already.
Interesting.
So, but from, as you can see, I actually sent some photos. I think Sandra will upload it later on together with this video. I just realized that I really like stability. I don't like transfer. I went to the same school when I was kindergarten, elementary, and high school. Yeah, so it's the same school but different design, a little bit of design, but actually it's the same blue. Yeah.
Interesting. We do wear uniforms as well, actually, for everyone. Some colleges also have uniform. Like when I went to school, I wore uniform all the way until college. So yeah, I have been to school all through until college. It was quite a surprise for me here that children don't wear uniforms. Like,
they don't. But I think in some places in the Philippines, there are some schools right now that don't wear uniform. Only for university or colleges. But not in elementary.
For unis and unis for sure don't wear uniform, but colleges some will make you wear, some don't. But for primary schools and high schools, it's compulsory.
What kind of student behavior would be shocking or surprising to a Polish person? So, would you like to start first?
Sure. I think for me would be, I think wearing uniform is not shocking enough. So I think punishment, the punishment of students, which is basically beating. It's corporal punishment. You get punished with a cane. You get punished with a punishment, a manual physical labor, like you go dig, you
will do
running.
something, you go running, if you misbehave. Also, another thing is that, for example, in the class, when that student comes into the classroom, you are supposed to sit straight. You cannot slouch inside the classroom. You cannot put your feet on another seat. This is very improper and not acceptable.
Yes, we
so you have to behave in such a way.
Sit upright.
And
you put your hands where the teacher can see them. You can't have your hands here doing funny things.
And then if looks could kill, the teachers look at.
Just like your mothers used to do.
And then you know you're in big trouble. You've done something wrong. So
we are also not allowed phones at school, whether you're in high school or primary school. We are not allowed phones. You leave them at home.
Oh, okay. Another thing is that sometimes sometimes also I talk with my students that they say like, oh, I said you have to listen when the older person is talking. You have to listen. They're like, oh, you are not supposed to express your thoughts or your opinions. You are, but there is a time for that. When you're a student, you listen. Sometimes, and then I think some of my students would say something like, "Oh, so that's kind of what is this? Like dictatorship?" No, it's not dictatorship. It's what you call learning from the adults.
It's respect.
It's respect as well. So because I think too much freedom also is not good.
Yes. I think students here have way too much freedom. Way too much freedom.
So, do you have a favorite subject or teacher?
I actually did. My favorite subject was in primary school was literature. I loved reading stories, and our teacher was amazing. Oh, if I could only meet her again. She was a beautiful woman. And then my favorite subject was literature and probably Christian religious education because it was quite easy, honestly. But literature was my favorite. Did you have a favorite?
No, to be honest, I don't remember a favorite subject and a favorite teacher because maybe at that time my main concern was just to finish university and work and earn my own money. That's it. To be outside of my parents' umbrella. So I don't remember.
In high school, my favorite subject was a business education. It was called commerce. We call it
commerce. Yeah, we did.
You did commerce as well?
Yeah, we did. Like you practice selling, buy something. Yeah, that was actually. Now I remember. I loved economics.
Yeah.
In university, yeah, because we did also some practice stuff like that. Yeah.
So I really loved commerce because my dream was to either be a journalist or be a business person.
Something like entrepreneurship.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So first question, similar questions I would say, but I think we will just pick some. Okay, so let's try to answer: is education paid in our countries?
In my country, they say education is free, but like I said before, there are things, tiny things you'd have to pay for. For example, you have to pay for your uniform, you have to pay for your desk, you have to pay for the books, you know, so all these things,
Materials.
all the materials then make it a bit impossible for the poor people to have education. So I would say in my school, as much as education is free, it's also for the middle class people, not basically for everyone.
Okay. In the Philippines, on the other hand, we have public schools and private schools. The private schools are very expensive, I would say. Yeah, but we also have public schools. But as you said, also that you also have to pay for the miscellaneous expense. Like when you send your children to school, it's not limited to the education itself. You have to pay for the books, the notebooks, etc., etc. Yeah. So this is not paid for by the government. So the parents have to pay for it, buy it, the students.
Does a school year look like in your schools? When are the summer breaks and other breaks?
Okay, so right now, I think regular classes starts in August and then finishes June, I think. June, yeah.
Okay,
this is the school calendar.
Okay, our school year starts in January. So we start our school year in January. In New Year, it's New Year. I mean, it's so we start our new year, our school year in January. The first breaks ends in April. So right now the children are on holiday. Yeah, so for 3 months and then holiday, and then they'll go again for 3 months. Then in August they will break again, and then they'll finish the school year in September.
Yeah, of course. Along the way, I said
not September. Sorry, December, November.
November, yeah. We also have breaks. Like for example, summer break. I think 3 months also.
Oh,
yeah, we have.
We don't have like breaks with names summer breaks. It's because we don't even have summer anyway. It's summer all year round.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah?
So yeah, students learn. Okay, second question.
Do students learn foreign languages? If so, which ones are the most common?
We as I said before, English is usually this is our official language. But for some students, they also learn Chinese. They go to Chinese schools. Yeah, but this is like an elective, like an optional course for some students. Okay, so what technologies are used during lessons? Like, do they use tablets or laptops?
No, not in our school. They're not in public schools, at least.
Okay. Do schools organize trips or camps?
I would say private schools, not the public schools. For public school, really not.
I think we do. We do also have some excursions.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't remember going to any. But it could go maybe once a term, but somewhere closer, not something fun, just something for educational purpose.
Yeah, for educational purpose.
Yeah? Okay.
Okay, next one. Is online education popular in your school?
Not really.
No, not really. First, I think they tried to do this during the pandemic, but
no. Even during the pandemic, the students stayed at home. There was nothing really much going on.
Okay, so that's it?
Yes, that's it for today. Thank you so much, viewers, for tuning in, and we hope to see you on our next episode. Until next time, bye-bye.